Welcome back to the show. Time to go to TNA and Ring of Honor. And once again, I'm right back to the not watching TNA. I couldn't find my friend last week. I haven't talked to him yet. I'm going to have to talk to you, Virgil, about where you were on that Impact episode. But anyway, Destination X is Sunday, March the 9th, live from the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Tickets are still available right now, and it is live on pay-per-view. The main event is a 6-man tag team match. Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, and Kevin Nash to take on the Angle Alliance, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, and Tomko. It's the return of Elevation X as the War Machine Rhino faces the Cowboy James Storm. Black Machismo Jay Lethal defends the X Division title against the Maple Leaf Muscle, Petey Williams. And Booker T will attempt to get his hands again on Robert Roode, the stipulation to be announced at a later date. Now it is time to go to Ring of Honor. This is their big weekend tonight. Starts off in Deer Park, New York, in Long Island. 3 main events. Roderick Strong and Davey Richards will team up to face Kevin Steen and El Generico. Nigel McGuinness will face Brent Albright, and Bryan Danielson will face Rocky Romero. Eric Stevens will go up against Go Shiozaki. Austin Aries faces Joey Matthews. Tyler Black will face the Human Tornado, and the team of Jigsaw and Ruckus will face Jimmy Jacobs and the Necro Butcher, plus the debut of Larry Sweeney's talk show. But then, tomorrow night, it's the big one in New York City, the 6th anniversary show. The main event, Nigel McGuinness defends the Ring of Honor World title against Bryan Danielson. Can Bryan Danielson become the first ever 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion? Roderick Strong defends the FIP Heavyweight title in a no disqualification match against Eric Stevens and the Necro Butcher. You're probably wondering, why is Roderick Strong going to defend the FIP title? You'll find out in the next segment. Rocky Romero and Davey Richards defend the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against Ruckus and Jigsaw. Sarah Del Rey defends the Shimmer Women's title against Daisy Hayes. Austin Aries faces Go Shiozaki. El Generico faces Brent Albright. Kevin Steen against Joey Matthews. Delirious against the Human Tornado. Plus, Tammy Sytch returns to Ring of Honor. She will be signing autographs. At the Age of the Fall, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black with Lacey will also be in attendance. The results from those 2 shows are next week. Now, to their upcoming shows in March. Starts off in Dover, New Jersey for March the 14th and the 15th. The 14th has these matches so far. The Briscoe brothers to face Joey Matthews and Tyler Black. Delirious faces the Necro Butcher, and Go Shiozaki faces Brent Albright. Those 2 are qualifying matches for where the 2 winners will meet in a 4-corner survival match on March the 16th. And I'll explain that in a minute. Then the next night, Dover, New Jersey, on March the 15th. The main event has been signed. It is a big tag match. Bryan Danielson and Austin Aries against Nigel McGuinness and Go Shiozaki. The Briscoe brothers will face Brent Albright and BJ Whitmer. And in the other 2 qualifying matches, Claudio Castagnoli faces Davey Richards, and Tyler Black against Eric Stevens. Now, that leads into the pay-per-view taping on March the 16th, where the 4 winners of the qualifying match will be in a 4-corner survival match, and the man who wins that gets a shot at the Ring of Honor World title against whomever it is later that night. So, sign for that show. Now, if you bought the tickets for March the 15th, real quick, they will be honored on the March 16th show in Philly. So far signed, Nigel McGuinness, Eric Stevens, Austin Aries, Bryan Danielson, the Briscoe brothers, the No Remorse Corps, the Age of the Fall, Claudio Castagnoli, Go Shiozaki, Delirious, Kevin Steen, Larry Sweeney, the Hangman 3, and the Vulture Squad, and more. And finally, actually, we're not done yet. The big double shot weekend in Orlando for WrestleMania weekend, March the 28th, 8 p.m. bell time. It is at the Orlando Downtown Recreation Complex. Now, 3 matches have been signed. This is the Dragon Gate Challenge 2. You will see the Briscoe brothers face Dragon Kid and Ryo Saito. Kevin Steen and El Generico face Naruki Doi and Masato Yoshino. And Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black against B&B Hulk and Shingo. And then, finally, Super Card of Honor 3. will also be in Orlando. The main event is a rematch from the upcoming Rising Above pay-per-view, which is going to be available in 2 weeks on March the 7th. Nigel McGuinness, if he's still the champ, defends the gold against Austin Aries in the annual Dragon Gate 6-man tag match. Sema, Dragon Kid, and Ryo Saito against Naruki Doi, Masato Yoshino, and Genki Horiguchi. Those matches and more will be announced in the upcoming weeks. Coming up next, I got a whole buttload of indie reports, plus the matches are announced for King of Trios 2008. You're going to find out who's paired up against whom next.